Well. Hello again. I guess it's Fuzz time today. Let's check out this Fuzz pedal. It's the Irin, Fuzz, Irin, I don't know, Fuzz AN-12. The cheapest Fuzz on the internet. It has passed the quality control and I have paid a whopping €13.39 for this purple Fuzz. Postage was free, and I should mention I am not affiliated or sponsored by AliExpress or the seller of this pedal or Irin or whoever makes these pedals in any way, shape or form. I paid with my own money and I'm actually quite skeptical. Already annoyed by the tiny pots up here. Also kind of digging the purple and the brushed aluminium look. Interesting. You can buy the URRF10 Fuzz at Thomann for €29, and the knob layout as well as the sound examples I found on YouTube seem very similar. I guess it's the same copy of a Big Muff with a mid-cut and a normal mode. Let's give it a listen immediately. Here we go. Quick look at my pedal board. I have placed the Irin Fuzz fourth pedal in line. We have a Vox Wawa first, which has a true bypass mode, true bypass Tom's Line G Fuzz, Fuzz Face style Germanium Fuzz, and the Demon FX Tube Screamer, true bypass into the Irin. It doesn't really care for its position in the chain. You can probably put buffered pedals in front of it, just not the DS1. Well, you can technically put the DS1 in front of it. It will give you like a bit crusher kind of vibe, messes with the fuzz a bit, but in a good way. Clone, and lots of other stuff. We are not gonna use the reverb, just a little bit of delay for ambient sound, and I'm so sorry for the disorder on my pedal board. By the way, guys, sound-wise, we're going into this first version, Blackstar HD5, into this Fostex 260 multi-tracker, which is a 4-track recording studio for cassette tapes. We're just gonna use the mix-up board, and everything will be neutral, so just so that we can get two outputs, one for my headphones and one for the cam. We will use that Squier Classic Vibe Telecaster over there, original Tone Rider pickups for the single coil sounds, and we're gonna use that Ibanez Les Paul from 1976 with 1975 Maxon PAF copy pickups for humbucker kind of vibe. Alright, first sound demo done. Let's have a quick look what we find in the box. Other than the pedal, we get these two little rubber feet, which they luckily didn't put on there. Would be cooler actually if they gave me some Velcro so I can put it on my pedal board. We don't need this feet. And we get a manual which gives us some information about impedance and current on Irin pedals. Interesting. Not sure why I would need that. How to use and warnings. Do not disassemble or repair this unit by yourself. Okay. We are going to disassemble. I'm not gonna let them tell me what to do. Let's get a screwdriver and let's open this thing up. Okay. Oh, damn it. So this thing is pretty tight. You can always get them loose with fingers. I was about to say, I'm surprised that it's put on there so tight. But no, it wasn't tight. Good thing, the only good thing about these knobs is that you cannot get them off and they're probably gonna fit through these holes. Also, I think we could get away with leaving most of the stuff on there. I need something to open these nuts though, so be right back. Let's go, let's scratch up the pedal immediately. Well, already did. Always use the proper tools, do not do stupid shit like I do. Do as I say, not as I do, or whatever people say. And one more. Alright. Well, only one scratch, so let's get this tiny nut off. Nice. It's just hand tight. They didn't even bother to put it on there all the way. Alright, let's take these screws off. Screws are all taken off, nuts are all gone. We can take this thing apart now. By the way, I think they stopped producing these. You can still buy them for $13.39 on AliExpress, but they also sell the Soul Fuzz, which seems to be the same thing with better knobs. Like more like the UR RF10 Fuzz that they sell at Thomann. But still only like 14 or 15 euros. Anyways, moment of truth. Are you guys ready? So exciting. Oh, the bottom is coming loose. Interesting. Interesting. So what do we see? Let's zoom in a bit. So all the electronic experts out there, what do we learn from looking at this circuit board? If you guys see any notable things, let us know in the comments below. I certainly have a hard time identifying stuff. I know these are diodes, so probably the clipping diodes, I guess. And yeah, this must be one of the transistors. Probably, maybe. Fuzz Top PX12 version 1.3 2021. So the Fuzz Top PX12 is what this is, like the UR RF10 or the Irin AN-12 or whatever. It's all the Fuzz Top PX12, I'd say. Interesting. Open your Euro Fuzz or your whatever cheap Fuzz, your Cuvavis out there, and let us know in the comments if yours also says Fuzz Top PX whatever. But it's always cool to have a look inside, even though it's prohibited by the manual. But we don't let that stop us. Let's put this little ring back there. Let's put it back together. So we also did see that this is actually a pretty nice housing. It seems okay. If it wasn't surface mount parts, it would actually be moddable, which would be cool, I guess. And remember kids, always use the right tools for the job and you won't end up with scratches like that one. the Irin AN-12 Fuzz. The cheapest fuzz on the internet as of April 2025. I paid €13.39, including shipping to Germany. Took them 1 week, exactly 1 week to deliver. And what are my final thoughts? Well, I like it. It's a Big Muff clone. I used to own a Big Muff. It was one of the first pedals I ever bought when I was a teen. And I bought it and basically never used it. I bought it used on some flea market for like $30. And I didn't get along with it at all. Some years later, I ended up selling it. And, now I have another one of these. But I like it. I wonder if by now I would have liked the original Big Muff that I had. I wasn't a big Fuzz lover back then. Fuzz is like Telecasters. It's like cheese. It's an acquired taste, I'd say. I do like this pedal in front of the Tube Screamer. Gives it a nice boost, especially if you're using the mid-cut circuit. Makes it really tight. Almost like, your average 1980s metal distortion. It is not very dynamic at all. It's either all the fuzz or almost none of the fuzz. But you can kind of use it as a soft, fuzzy, gainy boost thing. You know, if you turn down the fuzz all the way and just increase the volume, kind of gives you a not as heavily fuzzy signal as with the fuzz turned on. But after about, I'd say, 9 o'clock, there isn't much difference on these pots. It's like all the fuzz or almost none of the fuzz. Same goes for the tone. After like 9 o'clock, it's just the fizziness. It gets more fizzy, yes, but it's the most fizzy tone knob I've ever encountered. Much more fizzier than the DS1, for example. I didn't find anything beyond 12 o'clock remotely usable, and yeah, usually keep it around 9. Sounds pretty cool all the way down though. That's where I kind of like it the most. It's a cool little pedal, cheap. It's amazing it's really amazing what money can buy these days if you order from China. Shout out to our friends in America. Hope you get your situation sorted. Yeah, I think I'll buy some more Irin Fuzz pedals. I will give the Irin octave pedal that they are selling a chance, and I think I will order it. It's around the same price as this one, like less than 15 euros including shipping. I never had an octave pedal, always kind of wanted one, and that one even has octave up function, so combined with this fuzz we might get some octave fuzz Santrix vibes for the, you know, for whenever playing, who knows. Yeah, thanks for watching, my friends. Make sure to stick around to not miss any other pedals. We're gonna disassemble them all. And yeah, share this friend with all your fuzz-loving friends, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, my friends, and doesn't that look cool? Brushed aluminium is just the coolest. Wow. Cheers, my friends. Peace out.